News and Talk 1380, WAOK, connecting you to politics, solving social issues, and giving you access to the community. It's Derrick Boazman on News and Talk 1380, WAOK.
All right, we're rebuking it all. What? Let's just take it to the end of the show with that. What would you rebuke in the name of Jesus? Okay, because I think that as far as this makeup trend, I don't know how it got. I'm at the point now, and I don't mean to hurt anybody's feelings, but I think for some of these women in the celebrity side, it's just time to fire the gays, because I mean, look at how long we got to look at Nene Leakes with this bad wig, bad contouring, 5 o'clock shadow. At what point did it become a trend for women to walk around with a 5 o'clock shadow?
Well, she's just a walking minstrel anyway. Well, I'm over that. We can get rid of that.
I mean, it's just time. It's time to let makeup become natural again.
Let's talk about Solange Knowles. I know I keep going back to Solange.
You
but
love her. She's absolutely beautiful.
I love Solange because she is just natural. She wears red lipstick.
We never see her overdone.
Maybe some mascara, and I'm like, that's all you need. I mean, at the bare minimum. I mean, I always wear lip gloss, some mascara, and maybe some blush. You don't need all of that. And let your natural beauty shine.
It used to be that the thought process that women kind of overdid it for men, but men don't check
they
it for
don't
this.
like that.
No, they do it for women. You know,
yes,
it's for women. It's for likes. The only thing they do it for women now, I think, is they do it for likes, because everybody's doing it.
And women can be so mean. Ooh,
yes,
girl, I didn't know you were cute.
Right.
Whoa.
I have to get my hair pressed to be cute.
Well, let's ask a man. Let's let Reggie come in from Southwest Atlanta. Hi, Reggie.
Hey, how y'all doing? Good.
Fine.
Good.
So some of your panelists I'm in agreement with is that the illusion with a slew of black women that the more makeup you have on, the more weed, somehow that has enhanced your beauty, and somehow that you're going to be more attracted to a cross section of men, and that could be further from the truth. If you all did a survey, most men quality men that black women say that they want, they don't want a woman with a bunch of weave and makeup. That's just, and I'm generalizing, but you will find that to be a truism across the board. And again, at some point in time at night, if he's not attracted to you, and if there's a long-term relationship, you have to come out of that weave. You have to come out of the eyelashes. And if he's not attracted to you as a result of that, then it wasn't long term anyway.
Yep.
And I think women, we got to honestly have that discussion, because you'll see that if a man is attracted to you, if you're natural, he's attracted to you, whether you got on makeup or not, whether you got short hair, whether you got long hair. It's the feminine qualities that he looks for you. And again, when you start talking about long-term relationships, if we look at all of the millions of dollars that women are spending on hair, weaves, and makeup, I'll say that has not enhanced our long-term relationships, not one iota. Do you have any questions about that?
I do want to say that men say a lot of things. We don't like you with makeup on, but you pursue all of the women with the cakes of makeup and the long weaves. I think that women need to find happiness with themselves.
But now, dear, you said that, and Reggie, let me ask you this, because dear said that men pursue the women with all that stuff on, but how short is that pursuit?
Exactly, absolutely, and that's the critical question, because remember now, he may find that sometimes men, we find loose women attracted, but it's not a long-term relationship that you're interested in.
I know a lot of loose women married with children.
Okay, well, okay, but look at count all the relationships. No, okay, but let's count all the relationships that we say that are not there, and that women are still looking for good men, and men are looking for good women. Yeah, we can count a few on our hands, but at the end of the day, you want a woman that is long term, that you can be proud of, that you can say this is my wife, this is a long term relationship. And again, most men that you all say that you all are looking for are not looking for women with all the weave and all of the extensions and all the eyelashes and all the nails and everything, because again, at some point it looks cheapened. And again, and our women got to realize that men generally deal with women mentally in 4 categories. That's long-term, sexual, business, and association. Oh. Now, if it's a sexual, then the weave and all of that comes in. All of the what you call described as loose women. But those are not long-term, holistic relationships that you can say, well, 10, 20 years from now, we build a family, we build a long-term relationship. And yeah, the Beyoncés, they look good on stage, but at some point, you know, what's the reality? You know, what's behind the weave? What's behind the eyelashes? What's behind the long nails? And if he's attracted to you, regardless, if you don't have any of that, if he's attracted to you, he can build a long-term relationship with you.
There you go. All right, thank you so much, Reggie. Let's jump right over to Avery. And they're calling in the 404-892-2703. Hey, Avery, Happy New Year.
Good evening. Happy New Year to the ladies out there. I got to ask y'all a question. Do y'all believe it or do y'all believe it?
Uh-oh. Do we believe it or do we believe it?
I believe it all natural.
I'm natural, but I do wear pieces every now and then.
Well, let me tell you something. I tell some of these ladies out here, I said, look, if you can't wear makeup, because there's some ladies, they can't wear makeup because it breaks them out. I tell them, don't wear that stuff if it's going to break you out. If it's going to make you look more horrible than what it is that you put it on your face, don't wear that stuff. I tell anybody out there, if you got natural beauty unaffected and it affects your skin and your appearance, don't wear that stuff. I tell them, hey, man, you know, please yourself, because I don't want you to come out here in this world looking like 10 miles of bad road because you put that stuff on your face. No, you don't need to put that on your face. You don't need to put all that on there. You need to just leave it like it is. You know
what if they say to you, Avery, they part of hashtag Pretty Hurts?
Pretty does hurt.
Yes, no, I just told them, hey, you know, I just told them straight up, hey, you know, be you, be yourself. I say, I mean, you know, if you look, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, as they say. And then I tell anybody out there, I say, look, you know, I'm not worried about what's on your head. I'm worried about what's in your head. I mean, you can wear your hair natural as you want to, but I mean, if those guys don't want to date you, they shallow anyway. You don't need to be with those suckers anyway. They just shallow.
All right, Avery, thanks so much for the 2015 advice as told by Avery on News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Connecting you to politics, solving social issues, and giving you access to the community. It's Derrick Boazman on News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
To the independent woman. To the one working hard for hers, this is just my way of letting you know.
All right, guys, you're back with Too Much Truth. We dropped that independent woman, about 2013? We stopped trying to do that, right? Life and social media and hashtag we live in public. Everybody's doing everything, and we got these it's been a trend to have a YouTube channel or a Vine channel or Instagram. Some people have got it down to a science and 15 seconds and in 6 seconds. I mean, I'm just addicted to it. Vine, Instagram gave Vine a little bit of competition when they came with the 15 seconds. Even before Vine, there was something called 12 seconds TV. When Twitter first came out, there was a companion to Twitter called 12-second TV, and they were ahead of their time. And then Vine came out with 6 seconds, and Vine kind of took off because it was a whole separate platform. You didn't need another platform for it. And then with Instagram added video. Remember, Instagram was only photos. And so now you got 15 seconds. And we do a lot engaging in our 15-second videos. Everybody know I'm known for What's Buzzing Today, Buzz. People walk up to me on the street, What's Buzzing Today, Buzz? And I'm like, I can't remember. What did I say? What did I say this morning? I can't remember.
It's been a lot,
and it's funny. I mean, I could literally be walking down the street and somebody will yell it from up the street, down the street, across the street. What's buzzing today, Buzz? I'm like, don't know. What did I say? And I have to make sure accountability at the end of the day that I did what I said I was going to do. I didn't get a chance to do it today and thanks so much for everybody that's giving support. But, I've had my stuff going on this week, my mom in the hospital and everything. But I'm still buzzing. Let's go through some calls, ladies, because I think we asked the question that with all this stuff that we are doing to ourselves, whether or not we're doing it for real, whether we're using padding, whether we're photoshopping, is it for men or is it for the trend? How about that? Is it for men or is it for the trend? And to answer us, Tony. Hey, Tony.
Hi, Miss Yalanda.
How are you? Happy New Year.
Same to you.
Thank you.
When I always think about this discussion, I think of in terms of, it seems like the way a woman appears and grooms herself is almost like an unspoken language. Because if you notice people like Erykah Badu, Lauryn Hill, Esperanza Spalding, the women who, and I would put you in that category, Miss Yalanda.
Wow,
women
thank
who
you.
Are, women who
you
are,
done made these women give me the side eye up in here.
Yeah, women who are associated with the natural, even though they augment it a little bit with makeup and all, but they're associated with more natural, if you will. They tend to be seen, perceived, rightly or wrongly so. I think rightly in most cases more intelligent, more authentically black. Men do tend to like them and appreciate them more for what they do, whether they're writers or artists or musicians. They're taken more at face value. Whereas the women who tend to be more associated with overdoing it or grooming like the Beyonce types is purely almost, for most guys, almost just purely a lust thing. So her value is just strictly based on this perception of her being a bad girl or a sexy girl. Whereas a lot of guys like me who like both kind, I do tend towards the more natural type because they seem to be more grounded within themselves,
Now, you just said you like both kinds, so how do you compartmentalize?
Well, I mean,
who has your full attention?
Yes.
I would say the more natural types because like a lot of the other guys said, the women who put on a lot of weave and makeup, you like them for the moment, but after a while it becomes tiring. Right. Whereas the women in your type of category, Yalanda, y'all tend to be more, I don't know, it just seems like y'all are more intellectual, more grounded, more secure within yourself. I mean, y'all can be in a room full of ladies who are weaved up, wearing miniskirts, and y'all still seem to have a sense of security and self-worth. Whereas with those on the other side, is constantly eyeing the other women, checking themselves in the bathroom. It just seems kind of more pretentious. That's what I've had in my personal experiences and, just observing other people.
So and I have to agree with you. And one thing I won't do is analyze the language of men. We have a show, DryerBuzz, on the second Sunday, language of men.
I want to get him.
But Dia wants to say something. Go ahead. What would you say to Tony? You saying he's wrong, he's right, or what do you find indifferent?
No, I'm not saying that he's wrong or right, but I disagree with making women feel bad for caring about their appearance.
But no, now he's saying that the women who are kind of over the top, in a room full of other women, they still don't, even though they're over the top, they got everything, they got the right length of the hair, the makeup and all that, but still the confidence is not coming through.
I don't necessarily agree with that. And to segue to my blog, I blog about pretty women, pretty girls, the whole pretty movement, and we use the dress as a symbol for femininity. And I push, when a woman feels good about herself, she does good and she's good. So when you say, a woman who cares about herself is pretentious, I can't really
Miss Dia. Now, I'm not putting, is your name Dia?
Yes.
Now, I'm not putting all women in a box. I'm saying some who would fall into that category of being the extensive groomers and stuff and the weaves and stuff. More of them tend to be pretentious, but not all of them. Whereas the more natural type women, like somebody like Yalanda or Lauryn Hill, if you notice people when they talk about women who are more naturally inclined, they'll say, well, Yolanda's sharp, she's smart, or Lauryn Hill is deep. Plus, the sister looks good. Then they'll add on, and she's natural. So it's something to it. I hear this from a lot of brothers and sisters, you know.
Okay.
So that's it. But like I say, I can find beauty in all kind of women, you know. But, you know, we all have an inclination more towards a certain type. I mean, if you look at people like Esperanza Spalding and Lauryn Hill, these are very pretty women.
You like these women.
He likes the natural
his
girls.
pursuit is interesting because when we have talked about that. Thank you so much, Tony. All right, go ahead and comment, Tasha, and we'll get James and we'll get Marvin.
Yeah, what I was going to say, I think beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. I think it's a preference, you know, because I think some men may prefer women who have, you know, longer hair, whether it's weaved or it's natural or put more thought into like makeup and, you know, wearing certain types of clothes. And I think that he has a preference for the more natural type. And I think that's it. And I didn't like what he said, even though I love this call. It was great. I didn't like what he said that, you know, natural women, they just seem more intelligent and more this. And I'm like, no. I said, I don't want, you know, I don't think that's the case because I was like, you know, women are women and they're intelligent and they're multifaceted. So I don't believe that because, sometimes I'll put my piece in. And I have my makeup on, and I'm very smart. So
because you're still the same person, your passion is still there. And I think, and James came on this week as well, Sunday, and he said the way we categorize is like not all over the top made up women are shallow,
right?
But you might find that most shallow women are over the top.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And not every girl rocking an afro is conscious.
Exactly.
And every girl rocking a perm ain't, you know, pretentious.
But you might find every conscious girl, it's like you find most conscious girls will rock an afro, but not all afros are conscious. It's like there's an and or but, chicken and egg. I say fry 'em both. All right, let me go to James at one. James, thank you so much for calling and supporting the show. What's your comment?
Hey, how you guys doing, ladies?
Awesome. Happy New Year.
Thanks. Happy New Year to you guys. So, I wanted to say I got in a debate with a young lady once about this same topic, and she was more natural, but she also rocked the weave a couple of times, and she said she noticed when she rocked the weave, more guys approached her than when she didn't rock the weave. And what I told her was that because most guys, now our perception is the natural women or the women that wear the natural styles, we got to come correct with them. And the women that wear the weave, we look at them like we look at all the rest of them. And majority of us as men are just looking at them like it really doesn't matter. It's not even a relationship type thing. Not to say that there are some that are in relationships.
All right, James, do me a favor because you done got some started. You should see the eyes rolling up in here at you. And so on the other side of the break, I'm going to let you explain a little bit more of that. Okay, we're going to let him come back and talk, ladies.
Yeah. Yes.
Because he's bringing us the truth, too much truth. And Marvin, we saw you out there. You can jump back on with grab Marvin. We got to take a break and come back on the other side of News and Talk 1380. Too much truth. Yalanda Lattimore sitting in for Derrick Boazman.
I say it again, you've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
Breaking news, sports, weather, and traffic. We're live from the WA.
Into your show, man, would know half of the knowledge that you've been giving out in your show. And I just want to take my hat off, man. You had me laughing a while ago. It's just been a blessing listening to you.
It's Derrick Boazman on News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
All right, welcome back to Too Much Truth. I'm Yalanda Lattimore. I'm the editor of DryerBuzz. I'm also one of the weekend hosts here at WAOK. It's the holidays. Derrick Boazman has taken the holiday off and let us come in here and hang out with you guys on the show. Hopefully, we're still bringing some Too Much Truth. But don't forget to check out the weekend lineup on WAOK. It's absolutely awesome. A lot of the shows are back, and I'm there on Sundays from 4 to 7. And I don't want to say thank goodness the Falcon season is over, but now I can get your full attention because I've had to split you guys with the Falcons and even my own attention with the Falcons. And as you know, they're out of the playoffs. So now we just rocking it down to the Super Bowl, and then we'll have your full attention once football season is over. But check us out on Sundays from 4 to 7. And I usually have some great guest hosts. I want to thank Dia Wynn and Latoicha Givens for coming in. Dia Wynn with Pretty Girl Rock Dresses and Latoicha at Lux Tips Mag.
Yes.
All right. And we were in today. We've been kind of asking about some of the trends that jumped off in 2015. Some of the things that we took over the top. And we were asking, did women do it for the men or for the trend? I think women are doing it more so for the likes, on the Facebooks and the social media and the YouTube channel. But it still resonates if it's for men. And we were talking with James, then we're going to grab Marvin. So I'll let James kind of finish up his comment with the ladies.
So yeah, I was just basically saying, I definitely think the women are doing it for each other because you're definitely not going to find too many men or real men, and I'm not talking about the boys that say hair done, nails done, all that mess. The men, you're not going to find many of us that say we want a woman that wears weave. You're not gonna hear that. So you guys have been listening to Steve Harvey too much, and Steve Harvey told you guys to what was it? Think like a man and act like a lady,
that's
or whatever.
The thing I don't understand. If men don't like it, why is it such a $billion industry?
Because women buy into
I'm getting ready to go there. And like I was saying, Steve Harvey told you guys to think like a man and act like a lady. But us as real men want you guys to think like a woman and always be a lady. Mm-hmm. That's how we want. But I wasn't even going to go down this avenue. But if you look at if you go to get biblical on you, if you go to Isaiah 3 and 16, you guys' hair was smited. That's why your hair don't grow as long as the rest of the women, because your hair was smited, and your hair was smited because of your attitudes towards your man and the way you treated the man. Now that's coming from a biblical perspective.
Okay, but if it was in the Bible, was it for black women specifically?
I know, I'm confused.
It's for black women.
Well, we have to remember who wrote that Bible.
I mean, but did it say?
Goodness.
I mean,
black people wrote that Bible.
African women? I'm confused.
Okay.
African women.
Okay.
We're
gonna try and get that, James. But thank you so much. But basically, the question, are women doing all the things that they're doing for the trend or for men, and are men pursuing? Because we feel like we see them pursuing the overtop women, but how short is that pursuit was my question. Because and Dia said look like they're in it for longer. But Dia, I mean, think about the celebrities. They seem to be passing around the same group of women. It's not, you haven't seen a new woman in get into that intersection yet. I mean, look at Michael Strahan, who happens to be real single right now, and he can't stop talking about being single. But I'm like, okay, well, Michael, are you gonna go pick up a nice natural woman like Tony likes, or are you gonna go and pull something else out of this? I don't want to say pot, but this group of women that they keep passing around. I mean, whose celebrity ex is he gonna end up with? That's the question for 2015.
Well, he had Eddie Murphy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he did.
Which celebrity ex will Michael Strahan end up with, or is he gonna go get a real woman? I want to know. Somebody tweet him and tell him I said so, because I would love to be on his radar for 2015. I'm just saying. He was on the Chew today. Okay, let me go to Marvin. Come on, Marvin. I done got off track. Are women doing this for you men, or are we doing it for the trend? Why are women doing this, Marvin?
Well, I think it's a great topic. I personally feel women really need to get back to diet and actually having healthy, beautiful, glowing skin. I'm a photographer, so that's what I'm always looking for: natural, beautiful, healthy, glowing skin. And I think what has happened over time is because of societal views, and we're into an age of technology. A lot of the images that are being, portrayed on television today by your number one celebrity, female celebrity, and what have you, is just shoving down the throat that this is the perspective you have to take if you want to get ahead, whether it be in entertainment or whether it be in any kind of field where you're actually a public figure. I just want to see beautiful, healthy skin, and I think you've seen a lot more of that in the 70s than you do today. Unfortunately, sadly, because today our diets changed. Of course, food is in almost every type of packaging you can imagine. So because of that, we've kind of gotten busy as people. We start grabbing whatever we can grab. We're eating whatever we can eat. And we got to know that whatever we're putting into our bodies is going to affect you on the outside. It's going to show what's going on the inside. So that's my take on it, and that's pretty much how I see it.
Well, let me ask you this, Marvin. I know you said you're a photographer. So a photographer on what level? Is it personal or family or celebrity, paparazzi?
My passion is fashion photography. I love it. I live and breathe for it every day. Mm-hmm. And I always talk to my girlfriend about this all the time, about how I would love to one day head a magazine that actually showcase natural beauty, because in this industry, unfortunately, with the Vogues, the Cosmos, the Elle's, and so on and so forth, they're going to airbrush the crap out of these people on the covers. Mm-hmm. When the photographer is shooting for the client, they're going to take the images. Why? Because they own them, they bought them from you, and they're going to do whatever they want to do with them. Even though you might say, well, I like to be, involved in kind of how, this image is presented. They look at you like, no way. I mean, we're the directors, we're the fashion directors, we're the head honchos of this magazine. We hired you to shoot our product, so we'll do what we want to do. And unfortunately, we don't have many magazines out there that's showcasing women who are as beautiful as Solange Knowles or Jill Scott and Lauryn Hill and people like that. We're just getting further and further away from it. But I do see a very strong natural movement taking place, and I just hope it gets to a point to where it completely can kind of give black women the understanding that natural is beautiful. If you take care of your body and you watch what you eat and you put in your temple the right things, you can have beautiful, glowing skin. You can have all of that.
Mm-hmm. Skin and hair.
And hair. Right.
Well, let me ask you, Marvin, because we kind of jumped off on this. We were talking about the recent picture of Nicki Minaj. Is her in the white half shirt and skirt, and look like triple D breast implants and definitely high curvature on the hips and so forth. Dia says she believes it's mostly Photoshop, but you've got the young woman who also wants her Instagram to be as popping as Nicki Minaj, and many of them can. How do we get her to understand that was some Photoshopping and not going and paying somebody thousands of dollars?
I don't know that you can reach them. Some people just kind of in their mind, I think, have in their mind, the way they see something. And I think a lot of it is because people hunger for fame. And so it's okay to, I guess, want to be famous, but it basically comes down to the question of what are you willing to do to get fame? I mean, are you willing to sell your soul for it? And so a lot of people are willing to do whatever they have to in order to get that attention. And sometimes they feel like, hey, if that means I got to, do this or do that, I'll do it. But you got to ask yourself, can you look at yourself in the mirror tomorrow and actually feel okay with that decision? And I don't think a lot of people can. I think people make a decision hastily. And then after they make the decision, they kind of sometimes say, man, maybe I should have thought about that a lot more before I did it. But at the moment, I mean, hey, she's the hottest thing on the planet. So a lot of young women look up to her and they want to follow in that path.
Are you on Instagram, Marvin? Can we see some of your work?
No, I'm not on Instagram right now. I need, as a matter of fact, I'm in the process of actually putting together a website because I got like over 250 images that I want to upload, and I haven't done so yet. So,
well, you need to come out. You need to come out to the workshop that we're having, and go to my stream, DryerBuzz, either the Twitter or DryerBuzz.com, because we're gonna do an amazing workshop to get a lot of people online. We do it each year, getting businesses ready for the new year to come and the habits of digital customers. And it sounds, I would love to see your work.
Is that in Atlanta?
It's going to be in Atlanta.
Okay.
It's in Atlanta in February.
I'm in Kansas City, but yeah, maybe I'll try to see if I can find a way to get there.
It will be worth coming to Atlanta. In fact, a lot of people are coming for it. All right, though. Thank you, though, Marvin. Thanks so much for coming and checking out the show, and make sure you listen. When we come back, my blog ladies here, Pretty Girls Rock Dresses. She's also part of Freddie O and Lux Tip Mag, and myself are going to make some forecasting as to what we think we're going to see for 2015 and what's going to be in each of our editorials for 2015, because a lot of the decisions that people are making today are based on their media sources.
Yes, it is.
And so we recognize the power that we have with with media, so we're gonna look. Did get out that magazine. And wait. What's her thing? She's called Net Chick. Net Chick is part of the Hip Hop Weekly. So they post. Everybody want to be famous. Pretty much simple. Chris Rock said in his interviews that fame has become the new cocaine.
It is.
And people are doing everything they can to get it.
15 minutes.
All right, y'all. We'll be right back to wrap up and let you know what's buzzing for 2015 on Too Much Truth, News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
Hey, how y'all doing? This is Regina Bell, and you're listening to Too Much Truth with my boy, Derrick Boazman. Now, you know if you want to hear some truth, just keep it locked right here on News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
News and Talk 1380 WAOK is always in the community. It is time for the 23rd Annual Trumpet Awards. News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
Hello, I'm Antavia Screams, and you're listening to Too Much Truth with Derrick Boazman on News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
All right, y'all, welcome back to Too Much Truth again. Let me thank Derrick Boazman for allowing us to sit in on Too Much Truth while he takes a day off. I mean, and this is the first weekend of the new year. What is everybody? Are you going to turn it back up? Because I hate when New Year falls like in the middle of the week. Especially when you don't have that good vacation time. You done used it all up at the end, you get to the end of the year. Because, I mean, with 3 holidays back to back, I'm sure everybody's just tired and exhausted with, and I'm going to throw Halloween in there because that, for a mom, Halloween is a hard, it's a hard time because your kids just, and see, I was telling somebody who was asking me about it. Let me explain to you how it works. You get the kids back in school, then comes Halloween, okay? So that's 2 expenditures right there. Then you got Thanksgiving, which means now you got to figure out what to do with the kids because here come a break. Then you got Thanksgiving, then you got Christmas, and then New Year's. It just keeps going and going and going. And now we thought we was going to get a break. People are already posting how stores are filling up with Valentine's Day stuff. So
already. CBS.
I saw your picture.
That's a whole nother anxiety of what you got to do. You just bought all them Christmas gifts.
Now we got to get Valentine's Day cards.
And it's not a card. It's not just a card now because you got to, some people might need to be planning a trip. Some people, you got gifts. I mean, it's just anxiety with this thing. And if you are one of those overtired women with the men with the short pursuit, or if you're not the natural woman with the long-term man, it's like all of this stuff. How do we keep up with all of this, ladies? And I think bloggers, I think y'all have gotten a lot of us in trouble. See, I blog in a different space. I blog more or less on the news side. So, and on the civil rights side of things, I do dabble in the hair and the fashion stuff just a little bit, depending on what event I'm going to. I try to, but y'all got it deep. So where y'all, on what spectrum will you guys be sending us for 2015?
Well, I know for me, for LuxTipsMag.com, I want to focus more on natural beauty. I think there's just something authentic about it.
Is it going natural beauty? Is it going to be just another buzzword, or what does that really mean? Natural beauty.
For me, it means like the caller said, it's like healthy, being healthy, like having healthy hair. Now, I'm not saying you have to have your hair twisted, or have a fade. Because I don't do that. I do have natural hair, but I straighten my hair, but I'm just saying just having natural hair, having beautiful skin, taking care of your skin, because I do a lot of beauty posts about, skincare products. Okay. Because I struggle with my skin. So, those type of things, what is natural? What is beauty? Just taking care of yourself, like you said, from the inside out so that you have a glow, you're glowing. And of course, makeup, and there's nothing wrong with makeup and changing your look or anything like that. But I don't know.
You're going to bring it back from the extreme is basically what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, because I'm not an extremist. It's like I like makeup, and I like putting on makeup, but, it's all, it's moderation, because it's like makeup should enhance your natural beauty. Exactly. It shouldn't mask it. It shouldn't change your whole look. Right. And so I'm really, an advocate for that. It's like use makeup to enhance what you already have,
All right, and Dia?
Hi.
On what where are you sending us? On what spectrum will you be sending us through your blogs?
I am focusing on 2015 on helping women to feel good about themselves. Mm-hmm. That was always my mission. And when I started, I got kind of grouped into the whole fashion blogger sphere. And I'm not necessarily a fashion blogger. Mm-hmm. And I came to that realization last year. I love fashion, but I'm not a fashion blogger. I'm more of a revolutionary. A revolutionary. I'm a feminist. I believe in women doing well, being well, feeling well. So I plan on.
Is that your definition for feminism? Because a new generation has kind of gotten a hold of the word. You know, with Beyonce putting it in her song and video. I like after you said give us a definition of it, really.
For me, I used to view the feminist word as a bad word. Mm-hmm. Don't call me a feminist. I don't hate men, but I am a feminist. I want women to feel good about themselves. I want them to look good. I want them to be their best. So with my platform, I'm going to continue pumping out wholesome content as far as like inspirational content, inspirational interviews, exposés on women entrepreneurs, on charities. I love charities. And I just want to continue to push that. And my dresses. I definitely want to get back to the dresses because I have people trying to steal my dress concept. But that's another conversation for another day.
On the business side, we got about 5 minutes. I probably should have asked this earlier. I have to bring you guys back again. But on the business side of blogging, you just said your dresses. What has been the product that has come out of your blog? Do you foresee a product coming out of your blog? Or have you already launched something on that note? Go ahead.
Well, what I want to do, I do have a landing page for Lux Tips Vintage. And so I'm really into vintage. And so I want to start an e-commerce.
That's awesome.
Part of my site that will feature luxury vintage goods because that's, my passion. So that's something that I want to do. And of course, I'm always trying to figure out ways to monetize my blog. So I'll be coming to one of your sessions.
Definitely.
As far as Pretty, I don't necessarily have a product, but I do have services. I host events. I throw events. I also write. I've gotten into freelance writing.
Okay.
Social media, social media business, that sort of thing. And I'm real creative. So that's where I want to go.
Okay.
Instead of giving it away, I need to.
Yeah. I'll tell
Absolutely.
you, the last 5 years of the internet, watching everybody give it away has been just kind of hurtful for me because I really feel like we need to bring it back in, and that's something that we did for 2014. So 2015, we're just going to continue to do what we do at DryerBuzz. Our editorial, we've already dropped the first hashtag of the year, which is Wealth Gap Weekend, hashtag Wealth Gap Weekend, asking hashtag Dear Black Women to not give away the resources of your household to those who boycott you. And if you want to see, we gave 5 tips today on how to close the gap. There is a wealth gap. It is wider than the word gap can even explain. But if you want the 5 tips, go to DryerBuzz.com and see the 5 tips we have on how to close the gap. There's nothing that we need. It's just some decisions we need to make this and every weekend. And I want you to definitely follow that. All right, I'll be back here this weekend on Sundays for DryerBuzz on WAOK. It's the first Sunday. And as you know, on the first Sunday, we try to tell you how not to be broke.
That's right.
How not to be broke. Again, changing that this year on a real focus on this wealth gap. And that's why I asked the ladies on their blogs, what do you see? What products do you have? How are you making money? Money is not everything, but it is something that is absolutely required in this life. I have had an amazing year. I love ending my 2014 being a part of WAOK, so I'm very excited for 2015. More great things to come. I hope you enjoyed your week listening to WAOK. I'm going to invite you to stay around for the weekend. Amazing shows both Saturday and Sunday. Thanks, Gene Ross, for giving me one of the best years that I have had in blogging and buzzing about the city to bring blogging to radio. All right, everybody, have a wonderful weekend. Don't turn up too much, but do turn up and have fun and keep it buzzing. I'm Yalanda, sitting in for Derrick Boazman on Too Much Truth, News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
Now, America is the greatest country on the face of the earth. And I just want to say today, God bless America. and no place else. Thank you.
Celebrating the legacy of Atlanta, the home of Joseph Lowry.
We've come too far, marched too long, prayed too hard to let anybody turn back the clock on our journey to justice.
WAOK Atlanta, WVEE HD3, the voice of the community, is News and Talk 1380. WAOK.